Hi everyone, it's Taylor again from digitalnativesed.com, and today we're talking about Plickers. What is Plickers? Well, think about the days when everyone was super into those little clickers the students would use to answer questions, and you'd get feedback through either your computer or some kind of device that would come with this kit. Well, Plickers is the new, simple, free version that's available to all teachers. Who can use Plickers? Well, the great thing about Plickers is teachers with or without classroom technology can use it. So the students require no technology on their part. All it takes is a piece of paper. You, the teacher, are going to need a smartphone or tablet, and it works on Android and Apple products, so that's even better for you. When can you use Plickers? Well, again, think back to when you would have used kind of the old-fashioned clickers. So the quick things that come to mind for me are bell work and exit tickets, quick checks for understanding, classroom polling, and one of my favorite is test item evaluation. So this is a great time to look at error and reasoning and have students evaluate the questions and talk through why they chose the wrong answers or what was it that stuck out to them about the right answers, and have students walk each other through the steps that they took to get to the right answer. And lastly, test prep. Where can you use Plickers? Well, one of my other favorite things about Plickers is that it is so great for non-traditional classrooms. So I'm thinking of my PE teachers, maybe my art teachers that don't have all of the same technology other teachers on campus may have access to, teachers that meet in rooms that aren't traditionally classrooms. So maybe it's like a teacher prep room or the media center, or maybe you're out in the auditorium or the gym. So there's so many places that you can do it, including outside. So any teacher, maybe our ROTC teachers, all these good ideas are coming to mind right as we speak. So anyone can use Plickers, but it's really great for non-traditional classrooms where you may not have all of the technology available to the rest of the staff. Why should you think about picking up something like Plickers? Well, purchasing new technology is costly. It can't be done quickly in a lot of cases, and you have to kind of wait on administration and stuff to get that done. Well, we're giving you something that is absolutely 100% free outside of the cost of the few sheets of paper and ink it takes to print up the cards. The other reason is data. So formative assessment data allows you to collect really valuable information that can totally change how you teach. For one, you can make these instantaneous instructional decisions. So if you are doing quick checks for understanding using your Plickers and you see that all of your kids are getting it, then that's your indication that you are ready to move on. But on the other hand, if you're doing these quick checks and you see a lot of your students are struggling and they're not doing well, then you need to probably slow down and do some reteach. So if you were doing this with like a bubble sheet or something that's less technology focused, you'd have to take that time to evaluate that data. But with Plickers, you get instantaneous information that you can use to adjust your teaching. The other thing that it works really well for is breaking students into groups. So if you do a quick bell work activity where you maybe give a 3 to 5 question quiz through Plickers, you'll be able to use the results to break your students into your high-performing students, your mid-level students, and maybe your struggling students. So if we go to our Marzano scale, there's a bunch of places where this fits in really well. So the first thing that comes to mind are 7, 15, and 21. So anytime you need to organize your students, it's really great to ability group, and Plickers gives you a quick and easy way to get those students into groups. Again, I really like it for 18 and 19. Those are two of my favorite places to use it. So examining errors in reasoning, having the students look at questions and then look at why the answers that they chose were wrong, or what it was about the answer that to them proved some kind of error in their reasoning. And it's a great practice activity. So have the students work through some problems and see that data in real time. It also helps with 26, managing response rates. So we know we need to give students time to process. When you're using something like Plickers, it takes out a little bit of the competitive edge that you get through Kahoot and allows students to really slow down their thinking and let them have time to respond. It also makes sure that you're talking to all of your students, that you're polling all of your students. So the other nice thing about Plickers is that it doesn't leave anyone out. So when we talk about low-cost classroom activities, Plickers is about as cheap as it comes. You're going to need as many sheets of paper as you have students in your largest class, and that's it. The other things that I really like about Plickers is that you can project your answers onto your smartboard with their new live view mode and use that as a way to initiate discussion and question evaluation in your classroom. You can also export data for further analysis. So this would be great for your data walls and data chats. You could also use this in your PLCs to look at the data for the assessments that you give. And best of all, it is totally free. How do we use Plickers? Well, let's practice.